Hello, good morning, welcome to Ideal World. I'm Hayley. It is great to have your company. You are joining us for my favourite show of the week. It is the Planet Cruise TV show. It is an incredible show where you can get a bespoke cruise very much for you, and that's what Planet Cruise are so good at. Award-winning agents who can add on the actual excursions before you go away, add on stays in places as well. We have got 6 amazing cruises. 6-star. We've got River Cruise. It is going to be a fabulous hour, so you need to stay with us for the hour. Do note that there will be a different phone number to our normal phone number and a different actual web address as well. Jot everything down because there's going to be a cruise for everybody. I'm not alone though because I've got the fabulous Justin with me.
How you doing? You're right.
Last week I was calling Justine.
Justine, it's all right.
Now you're Justin again. Always great to have your company. We always say we're not sure whether to kiss because it's quite a distance.
I'll make the effort. Twice. There we go.
Lovely to see you. Always great to have you on because your background gives us a little insight into so many places that you've already visited, and you've been on board ships for many years.
Yeah, I spent 6 years with P&O Cruises, so you know a lot of the ports that we're going to be talking about today, I've been there.
Fabulous.
And of course the cruise industry, you know, you see all these wonderful ships and you start to experience it. But Planet Cruise, these are market leaders. Working with these guys since April, and all the people that are in the offices with Planet Cruise, they've got the experience firsthand from ships. Like me, 6 years. You'll be speaking to perhaps Glenn or George, tours managers for P&O as well. So you've got all of these people with such a wealth of experience. And when you book a holiday, you know, you ask your friends, have you been here? Have you been there? What would you recommend?
Absolutely.
That's exactly the experience.
You can do that, and honestly, it's just like that on the phones. I booked my cruise through Planet Cruise. I actually rang up just like you would. I didn't ring up any differently because I work here at Ideal World, and the service is absolutely amazing, and they know everything. I was thinking, oh, should I stay on here? And they, oh, it might be better if you stay on here, actually. And just incredible knowledge that is just at the end of your phone. So jot that number down, 0800 781 5458, and of course you can jump onto the website as well, all the w's.planetcruise.co.uk. Now, a few weeks ago, neither of us were here, but no. They had a very special actual show, and we had a lot of customers come in and actually watch the show live, which I know was really exciting, with Sean and Keith. Now, Mike and Ronnie, they were part of the actual audience that were here, and they wanted to tell you a little bit about cruising, why they find it so special, and why they always book as well with Planet.
We just have a lovely time cruising. I mean, you have such fantastic times. I can't tell you. Well, I can because I'm going to do, because it's just brilliant. If you want to have a really good time, I've got to be honest, from my point of view, as well as the places, I love the ships. They are just destinations in themselves. The thing about cruising, and I just love that, we both do, the food is fantastic, obviously, and I think to be able to do what you want when you want to do it is just, it's incredible. You're not restricted in any way at all. Do whatever you want. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Just have fun. Enjoy the places that you go to and enjoy the ride of the ship. It's just unbelievable.
Mike, so passionate about cruising, absolutely loves it. Bless her, Ronnie didn't get a word in, but so passionate, love to holiday on board cruise ships, but also love to book with Planet. Why is it so important to book through Planet?
Do you know, people come back to Planet time and time again because it's the customer service. Apart from the feedback that we get, 96% customer satisfaction in this modern day of age, that's really, really important. But of course, you're backed by all the major insurances. You're speaking to people that have got first-hand experience. And it's bespoke. You know, if there's something that you want to change, like there's some great overnights that we've got today, and bear in mind, you're getting exclusive deals as well that you wouldn't get elsewhere. We've got a fantastic $400 onboard spend with one of our cruises in today's show that you wouldn't get with any other agent, and that's why they're top agent with so many of the world's biggest cruise lines.
You are so well looked after. It'll always be made bespoke to you. Now, we were just 2, but now we're 3. We've got Luke with us. Luke, I'm going to shake your hand because I can't reach to kiss. Great to have your company. You're joining us from Carnival.
Yeah, I work for Carnival Cruise Line, and my job is to come talk about the product to both travel agents like Planet Cruise and also consumers, and spread the word about the fun ships and the fun brand that we have at Carnival. So.
And what is so special about Carnival? I know so many people do love that brand.
I mean, it's the biggest in the world for a reason, that it offers something that no other cruise line really does. I mean, the original sort of ethos for Carnival when it came out was to bring cruising to the masses. So to bring a mainstream cruise to something that would appeal to everyone. It's really informal, there's loads going on. It's completely different to anything else you'll find. So there's a much more informal atmosphere. There's loads more restaurants. It's good fun.
Fabulous.
You've got things like the Havana Bar, which is like a Latin dance club in the evening, and a kind of Cuban tapas bar in the daytime. And we're talking about Carnival Vista today. Carnival Vista is our brand new ship, and this is the VT about what you can expect. And you can see some of the onboard areas on Carnival Vista.
So this is being built as we speak?
This is being built at the moment.
How
Debuts
exciting.
1st of May next year for its maiden sailing. It's back in the Med, and the big news, because we're the biggest cruise line in the world, and it's the first time we've been in the Med for a couple of years. But you can see here things like an 800-foot, 360-degree cycling track, 150 foot above sea level. You've got the Caribbean pub, which has got its own brewery on board Carnival Vista. You've got things like outdoor dining. So a big thing that Carnival Vista's doing, and what we try to do at Carnival, is celebrate the fact you're on a cruise ship. So loads of alfresco dining, loads of outdoor spaces, loads of deck areas with multiple places to sunbathe and enjoy the space. Like this. This is Serenity.
Beautiful.
This is the adults only retreat on board Carnival, completely complimentary, whereas most cruise lines charge you $10 to $15 a day per person.
I think that's a nice thing about Carnival. As a couple, you will love it there. It's a great family place as well, isn't it?
We get so many multi-generational families on board.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you want to do. So you're a couple and you want to go into the adults only area, or you go on Carnival Vista's 18,000 square foot spa, or you go to the piano bar or some of the amazing restaurants. You've got cabins that you're only allowed over 12s in.
Right.
Then you've got all of that for adults. And then you've got things for the families like Dr. Zeus on board. You've got these family harbour staterooms which sleep up to 5. You've got access to the family harbour lounge. I mean, honestly, I could talk for days about the onboard product.
It's so exciting because this is going to be the maiden season.
Yeah,
so we're going to be one of the first people to actually be on board.
This will be the very first time. Obviously, Carnival Vista is still being built. Their first sailings will be out of the Med. We've got brand new ports for Carnival.
Wow.
They're extremely port rich, and like you say, you'll be some of the first people in the world to experience it.
I think one of the things I like as well is the entertainment. It's slightly changed for the Mediterranean and for the UK market.
Absolutely. We'll bring on more British comedians in the comedy club. We'll bring on more British singers in the piano bar and around all the different bars. There's loads of live music. There's loads of shows. When we had Carnival Sunshine in the Med in 2013, we had completely British sort of theatre productions and things as well. So it really is the Carnival product bought for the UK and Europe guests.
So excited about this. Now, there's 9 ports. You really have got a port-rich actual trip, some amazing ports as well. Can't believe it works out under £73 per person per night. That is absolutely crazy, and deposit only at the moment.
And when you consider that's including all your flights, transfers, everything as well.
Amazing.
And Planet Cruise can sort of tailor-make it to yourself, so add on hotel stays before or after your cruise.
Which is brilliant. Well, actually, saying that, we're flying into Barcelona, so we could add on a hotel stay.
I'd highly recommend that, because Barcelona in itself, you've got some fantastic architecture. You can see some of the Gaudi buildings here. Shopping's really good as well. Go out to La Ramblas. It's a bit like the South Bank in London, where you've got all the street performers. So if you like that, you're going to love Barcelona. But of course, the actual itinerary for the cruise itself, you're going to be flying into Barcelona as your embarkation port, and then going into France. You're going into Marseille. Now, this has got a fantastic, rich culture. You've got North African influences there, great markets, and the old harbour is really the hub of this port. You know, it's the place to be. From Marseille, I mean, we were saying about port rich. Literally, the next few ports, they are massive ports, and all I'd say is plan your cruise ahead. Book your tours with Planet Cruise to avoid disappointment, because you're into Livorno straight away. Of course, this is for Florence and Pisa. You can go and see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You can go to the Ponte Vecchio Bridge as well. You can go and see David, or one of David's. There's so many different versions. He's everywhere. David. So from Livorno and Florence, then you're going to be going into Rome and Civitavecchia.
Oh, wow.
Now, of course, this is the port. You actually get a transfer from Civitavecchia into Rome. You've got the Trevi Fountain. You can throw a coin in there for a little bit of luck. You've got Spanish Steps as well. Of course, you can go into the Vatican City, go to the Colosseum as well.
If you plan it well, you can do so much in a day. It's the most amazing
I was going to say,
place.
you can do it in a day if you have a few little tips. One thing, if you want to see the Sistine Chapel and you want to get everything else in one day, just go straight from the entrance and go straight through to the Sistine Chapel, see it, move on.
Top tips.
Top tip.
And then where do we move on to?
Going into Naples. Now, of course, this again, big historic port, because you've got Herculaneum, you've got Pompeii, Mount Vesuvius, Capri. There's so much that you can do. If you just want to stay in Naples, fantastic coffee culture, and this is the birthplace of the pizza as well. So you can get some really good thin, crispy pizzas. So
eat our way around the world.
Yeah, and then back onto the ship for more food. You're going to have a relaxing day at sea just to recover from those ports.
Well, you've got to enjoy that ship as well, haven't you? Because that's going to be amazing.
Maiden season.
Yeah, whatever your favourite food is, just going back to foods is what I always go to. Every cuisine you could want is on board the ship.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And so we've got a day on the ship. We can eat as much as we like and enjoy all the facilities. Where are we going to next?
We're going into Heraklion, which is Crete. This is fantastic for archaeology. If you love your history, then go and see some of the historical sites here. Of course, lots of different influences here. The Byzantine Empire back in 961, the Venetians, the Crusaders. There is so much to see and do. It's one of those places that you just want to have a little bit of a ramble around with a few highlights and just grab a nice little bit of lunch. So there's always a bit of food or a drink in there somewhere.
And then we're moving on to Rhodes.
Yeah, we're going into Rhodes. Now, of course, this is a fantastic port entry because this is where the Colossus stood, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. So you can go and see there. You've got the Acropolis at Lindos as well. You've got these fantastic lagoons. You've got to remember, this is, Greek island territory. It's just superb. Blue, crystal clear waters. From Rhodes, you're going to be going into Turkey. Again, a completely different flavour of the Mediterranean. And you can see there, just wonderful beaches, fantastic cuisines. And if you do want to break things up a little bit, a great way of just going in there for a day, not 2 weeks, not booking your holiday and going to Turkey for a week or two, just a nice day in there and then back on the ship. Then you're going to be going into Athens. This is, again, a fantastic port. The history that surrounds Athens, you've got to go to the Acropolis, you've got to go and see some of the amphitheatres, you've got to go to the Plaka as well, which is the pedestrian area, which is all your shopping, and the quality. Sometimes when you go to the boutiques or you go for your designer brands, and you're a bit disappointed sometimes because you pay all that money and then a year later it's falling apart. You go to the Plaka. I've got a leather satchel that I bought over probably 12 years ago probably. Probably paid about 60 euros for it and it still looks fantastic.
Fabulous.
You get great quality there in the Plaka.
And of course you get an overnight on board in Athens as well, and then you fly home. I can't believe what you've got included in this. So many ports. It's such an incredible price because you are on that maiden season as well. First time in the Med, of course, for Carnival for a couple of years. It's all so exciting, this.
It really is. I mean, we can't wait because there is just so much on board, and the more we train about it in the office, the more we sort of we sell it to consumers and to agents, the more we're excited to go on board. Because
so much included.
There's so much included. Most of your food, most of your onboard experiences, and even when we do charge extra, the added value restaurants, for example, they're $5 for children and $15 for adults. So you can get a family of 4 for $40. It's what, like 23, 24 quid?
And we know it'd be well
I was just going to say, great exchange rate at the moment as well.
Exactly. And I always think family of 4 for 4-course a la carte meal. Try taking a family of 4 to Burger King for 23 quid.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, the value for money on board is out of this world.
Now, check out all the prices. All you need is the ID number, which is 93648. This is an incredible cruise to start with. I know it's going to be really, really busy. 10 nights. It works out under £73 per person per night if you're going on our lead date. And honestly, some really great times as well. May, June, July, September next year. Something really to look forward to. And, of course, deposit only. But we do need to move on because, my goodness, we've got so many things to show you. Luke, thank you so much
for having me.
for bringing something so special.
Well, it really is.
Wow, it's going to be a beauty, so get that booked up. But we are going to have to carry on because we have got so much more to come. SilverSea's cruises. Now, this is 6-star. Now, this is on the Silver Whisper. Now, this is going to be an amazing, incredible cruise. We're flying from London Gatwick, and, of course, you can check out your regional flights as well, flying out to Barbados. How exciting. SilverSea's cruises we don't very often have, because these are so amazingly special, aren't they?
Do you know, I've got to say, just as the steel pans come in there, you get the Caribbean flavour. I've been working now with Planet Cruise since April, every Friday. This is the first time we have featured this legendary brand. I cannot emphasise this enough.
So exciting.
All of the actual rooms, all the balconies, teak balconies, all suites, all butler service, and the ratio of crew is near enough 1-to-1
I mean,
passenger.
that is so exciting, and we're going to start your holiday as well in a really exciting way, because I mean, to get on board this ship is going to be out of this world, but flying out to Barbados, we're not going to make you get straight on board. We're going to allow you to stay. What you saw there were your 3 nights in Barbados in a 4-star hotel.
Yeah.
So that's the start of your holiday. You get bed and breakfast, 4-star hotel in Barbados for 3 nights to get your tan ready to get onto, because you want to look good on a 6-star.
You got your priorities
You want
right.
to look good on a 6-star cruise, and then we get on board.
Yeah.
And it, like you say, such an incredible. It for me would be a dream come true.
One thing that I always wanted to do and never got the chance to do was fly on Concorde.
Yes.
And I know this sounds strange not talking about SilverSeas at the moment, but you know when you have a moment in your life and you go, I'm going to do this once and I'm going to do it the best way.
Yeah, there's certain things, isn't there? Yeah.
This is a small family-run cruise line, and this is the service that you're going to get. Your butler, attentive, the luxury that you've got there. The ships are not large. You know, complete contrast from Carnival, the corporate global giant, to a family-run cruise line. They've only got 8 luxury ships.
Wow.
Look at that quality. It really is 6-star. This is the first time that we've had a chance to bring you this, certainly since I've been on the sofa. Look at that ship. It is not the last ship. It is just pure quality, not quantity.
Now, I'm going to warn you, there's not loads and loads of availability. It is so popular, and that availability is limited. So if you're looking at this thinking, oh, it's something I would like to, I'm interested in, please jump onto the phones and ask more questions. But we'll talk you through where we're going, because this is a special cruise for lots of reasons. Places I absolutely love. And
an exclusive $400 onboard spend.
Amazing.
You are not going to get that anywhere else. And
wow,
get it
so
while the cabins are left.
Planet Cruise.
$400 onboard spend. You're going to be able to enjoy it in all of these ports, and that's the great thing. The first port that you've actually got, sailing away from Barbados and then going to St Martin. Now, St Martin, French and Dutch island, and it's split, and you can see that main central spit there in the ocean. That is where all of the shops are. Fantastic facilities, very Americanised. You've got all of your shops that if you want to go duty-free shopping, if you want to go electrical shopping, this is the place to go. Also in St Martin, you can go on to one of the America's Cup ships and go out on a sailing tour. So if you love the regattas that you see over here in the UK, go and do the regatta tour, because it's well worth doing. You actually get involved with the crew of putting the sails up and down and racing against another one of the America's Cup ships as well. And of course you can always
book that forward ahead with Planet Cruise too.
Yep, then you're going to be going into St Bart's. Now just take a look at this. It is a beautiful island, slightly more tropical than some of the other islands that you're going to be encountering. Don't worry about that though, because if there is a downpour in the Caribbean, it's literally shower, steam, dry.
That's it, it's fabulous. You leave your beds, they get wet and they're dry by the time you get back, and it's that quick.
Yeah. Now, from the amenities to St Kitts, this is the rustic Caribbean. There's a fantastic port complex in St Kitts where you can get all local produce. So if you want to get your crazy Hawaiian shirts, if you want to get your hair braided, this is the one to go to. It's Port Zante. There are some historical sites on St Kitts. Of course, you can go up to the volcanoes as well, and wonderful birds and butterflies on St Kitts because of the actual terrain itself.
Right.
From there on to Dominica, and this, I love this place. Honestly, I always say about booking tours, this is the one we actually go ashore, have a barter with the taxi drivers and just say, just take us around the plantations, take us up into the pitons, let's just go and have a look. There's some fantastic botanical parks. There's a great beach called Champagne Beach.
Right.
Named so, not because it's, all luxury, it's because when you start scuba diving and snorkeling, even if you just go under the, underneath the surface, there's all these thousands of tiny little bubbles that come up from the actual floor of the ocean,
oh, gosh,
hence the champagne bubbles. The lagoons are just amazing. The waterfalls have been used in so many films, and so many hair product adverts, because I'm a specialist in hair products.
Absolutely, your hair's looking lovely.
I spent 3 hours on it today and then forgot to bring it. Anyway, Then we're on St Lucia. I love this island. You've got the Pitons, which is the real striking dominance of St Lucia. Of course, it's also the name of the local beer as well. You've got some fantastic resorts here. You can go to the Sandals Beach Resort. You can go to Pigeon Point at the north of the island. There's a great bar out there called Spinnakers. And go round to Discovery at Marigot Bay. An amazing timeshare apartment, but the facilities that they've got there for Marigot Bay itself, it's absolutely out of this world.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Then we're sailing back to Barbados on this amazing SilverSea cruise ship, the Silver Whisper, 6-star, incredible luxury, going to some of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean.
This has got to be once in a lifetime, special occasion.
Absolutely, yes, if you've got a special anniversary. It really is that dream holiday. Perhaps someone's turning 30 or 40. Look what's included. It's all inclusive. You've got that exclusive $400 spend on board as well per stateroom. You've got the 4-night, or 4-star, I should say, stay. 3 nights in Barbados. You can check all your regional airports. You're actually flying with Virgin as well, which is incredible.
Yeah, we discussed this earlier on. Virgin
Amazing.
Atlantic, I've had the pleasure of flying on business. It is absolutely fitted to this package. You've got 6-star cruising and one of the best flights out there.
And you need to be quick because it is limited availability. I know we are going to be so busy for this. It's something so, so special. But we've got to move on. We've got so much to share with you, and we're moving on to the Norwegian cruise line now. This is the Norwegian Epic. Now, this is going to be another fabulous ship and another fabulous trip. We're going to have a little look at the ships themselves. I mean, the company, Norwegian Cruise Lines, we've all heard of these.
Yeah, you'll always spot the ships in port because they're bright, they're colourful, they are contemporary, they are forward-thinking. Where you get your classic ocean liners of Cunard and the Oriana, this is modern, this is new, and you'll certainly see that in the ships. Fantastic on-board facilities as well, but this particular itinerary is a fantastic itinerary, and the deal itself, I mean, under £60 per night per person is just unbelievable.
10 nights, and it's winter sun, November, January, February, and of course Canaries, which very much guaranteed that fabulous
guaranteed sunshine. Also, don't forget that if you're booking an inside cabin, you receive a free soft drinks package. But if you're going for a balcony or above, then you can get an inclusive drinks package. And we're talking some of the spirits are branded spirits as well. So that's one of the great things, that you're not just getting the unknown brands, you're getting real quality included with that as well.
Absolutely incredible. So remember, all the extras, it's deposit only as well. Check all your regional airports too, because of course Planet Cruise can sort all of that out for you. It's going to be another fabulous trip, because I mean, I would go back to the Canaries cruising again and again and again, because you know you are going to have a fabulous time on board here with such modern luxury as well. That was like trying to put modern and luxury together.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, modern luxury is what I was trying to say. But it is, isn't it? It looks beautiful on board.
Yeah, and the itinerary as well. I just love the fact that you're starting in Barcelona. Again, if you want to personalise it, ask your Planet Cruise specialist to bespoke the package for you. You can book an extra couple of nights in Barcelona. Make the most of this vibrant and, well, cultural port. Great shopping. I can't emphasise that enough. There's some great sights to see for the football fans with Barcelona Stadium of Light. And then, of course, you've got the cathedral as well, the one that's never been finished. There you go. Sagrada Familia. I think I pronounced that correctly.
Sounded good.
It sounded right, didn't it? But yeah, of course, that's your embarkation point. At port, you're going to have a relaxing day at sea, and then into Tangiers. Now, you're only 10 miles across from the Gibraltar Straits here, but you have got such a different culture. It is busy, it is bustling, it is the markets. This, of course, is where they filmed many James Bond films. Of course, the Sook. That you've got in Skyfall, where Daniel Craig's driving across on the scrambler bike.
Yes.
There, From Russia with Love as well. The Living Daylights. You know, if you've seen those films, this is the location.
So can we reenact?
I wouldn't recommend it,
No,
but the Sook,
not.
fantastic place to go. And it's just that bombardment of sights and sounds and smells. It's just brilliant. Nice relaxing day at sea, and then across to the Canaries, and you're going to be starting off. Well, do you know, we're going to do Gran Canaria and Tenerife together, not because they're the same. They are both part of the Canaries. They're completely contrasting, but again, it's that quality of sunshine. Of course, Tenerife, you've got brilliant shopping. You've got, Gran Canaria, you've got fantastic scenery. You've got the Bandama crater. You've got all of those wonderful little ports and harbours. And then Santa Cruz in Tenerife, you've got your shopping. Fantastic golf resorts here as well. So if you do like to get around in whilst you're on board, you know, you always book your tours early and plan that ahead. But two great ports there in the Canaries, back-to-back, Gran Canaria and Tenerife. And then on to Madeira, one of my favourite ports. I would never tire of Madeira. It's a people-washing place. I used to love getting off the ship, walk around the harbour, and just the culture is amazing. Of course, Portuguese influence. Winston Churchill loved it here. You've got the wonderful Botanica, the Birds of Paradise. Flowers. There's a great flower market actually in Madeira. You've got to go to Blandy's as well for Madeira wine. You've got to get your Madeira cake, and you've got to go up the cable car and come back in the wicker basket. It is one of the most exhilarating experiences and bonkers ideas. There's these guys, and they're probably in their late 50s, early 60s, and they're pushing you down a steep hill in a wicker basket.
Fabulous.
But it's brilliant. You've got to do it.
I'm not sure if I will be doing that, but I will be enjoying the fabulous flowers and the fabulous place itself. And of course, then we've got another relaxing day at sea to enjoy that gorgeous, gorgeous ship. And then where are we on to?
Back to Malaga. I love the way that, you know, they've structured this itinerary, because you've got really big ports and then you've got a really nice port just to ease your way out. I mean, you can go to these wonderful, go to the Bull Ring, you can go shopping. This is one of the best parts of Andalusia, and you've got that real Spanish feel of tapas. This is the home of Picasso, the home of Antonio Banderas as well.
Nice.
You're wobbling. You're wobbling.
Oh, I am.
So yeah, if you do want to go to Granada and go and see the bullfighting, then fantastic place to do so.
And then a relaxing day at sea. This is a really lovely itinerary because you get to enjoy the ship and those fabulous places. Back to Barcelona and home. This is under £60 per person per night. It's going to be a fabulous cruise. The ships look beautiful, and you have got so much included, because for that under £60 per person per night, we're talking, if you're booking a balcony above, all-inclusive drinks, and that's a package that's completely free of charge. If you're going for the inside cabin, you're getting all your soft drinks. So
yeah,
whatever option you go for.
It's just great value with those two packages, and the fact that you're getting a great modern ship and a fantastic itinerary. Look at that price, £60 per person.
Check out all the prices. I think we've got great prices for all of those dates. And remember, you have got your ID number 85932. So if you're jumping onto the phones, I do think that one's going to absolutely fly as well. I think all of our cruises today are super ones. Or you can jump onto the website. But honestly, on the phones, they're so helpful, and you can ask, well, if I stayed in Barcelona, you know, to start off with, how much would that cost for a couple of nights? And they can really give you that bespoke holiday. So do jump onto it, 0800 781 5458. But we have to move on. We've had Carnival, we've had 6-star luxury, we've had a little bit of some, you know, bit of everything so far. Now we're river cruising, which is something really special for us, and we don't get them very often. This is really special, isn't it?
Do you know, with Viking, you get one of the market leaders, but for those of you that are out there that have done, you know, a lot of ocean cruising, whether that's the Med, whether it's the Caribbean, South Pacific, this is a different experience.
Oh, it really is, isn't it?
I'd actually go to say as well, if you've never cruised before, this is a great way to start cruising. If the size of the ships concern you, then just try this, because it's the intimate, it's the personal. And these ships are actually designed specifically for their location. When you get a lot of cruise lines where they'll reposition and the ships are really flat-bottomed Caribbean ships that come across to the Med, no. Viking designed their ships for the specific rivers that they are going to be used on, and look at what you're going to be experiencing. On board this particular cruise, there is a tailor from China who will be tailoring clothes to your requirements if you wish, so you can have that wonderful experience on board. You get free airport parking, you get free Wi-Fi, you get all of your tours included, including the Great Wall of China,
my goodness,
the terracotta armies, and the giant pandas. This is just superb.
It's amazing, and all airports as well. There's no charges for if you want to go from your regional airport, but I will warn you, this expires, the prices and the offer that we've got expires on the 31st of July. Huge savings. All the prices you'll see, they're actually £1,000 off the original brochure price, so you really have got some incredible deals. Let's have a little sort of taster look of what we are going to be doing, because this is the other special thing, is it's where you go on these river cruises as well.
You start off with 2 nights in Shanghai. You've got a 3-night stay in Beijing. You've got all of these wonderful examples of the Terracotta Army. I mean, these are literally once-in-a-lifetime experiences. And everything that you see there is all included in this cruise. When we go through what we're doing in each one of the days, you will be amazed at how much they cram in.
You really will, morning, afternoon and evening. So starting with day 1, so we're flying over for a 2-night stay in a hotel, first of all.
Yeah, in Shanghai. I mean, what a way to start. You know, it's a complete bombardment of culture. You fly to Shanghai, China's largest city, transfer to your hotel. You'll see some of the parts of the financial district, which is in complete contrast of the older buildings that are in Shanghai. Day 2, you're going to be starting off in the morning. We have a tour around old Shanghai and travel along the Elegant Bund, which is just amazing. You'll be admiring some of the historic buildings, some of the city views there. Then you're going to have lunch, which is included at a local restaurant, and then tour the Shanghai Museum.
Gosh.
Can I just point out, we're only on day 2. We haven't even got to the evening. You return back to the ship, and you're going to dine locally, seeing the world-famous Shanghai acrobatic troupe from some of the best seats in the house. I don't know if you've seen some of the Vegas shows where they sort of just take a little bit of Shanghai out. You're going to see the real thing. Now, on to day 3. This is still Shanghai. After breakfast, you're going to prepare for your flight to Wuhan. And once there, you're going to go to the Provincial Museum. You'll hear the chimes of the ancient bronze bells. And again, all of this is included. So everything that you're doing is tailored specifically for this cruise. You transfer back to the ship, which is docked close to the historic waterfront in Wuhan. And then a welcome aboard Western meal and set sail in the evening.
So we've done all that before we've actually got on board. We're now getting on board. This is amazing.
We're only on to day 4 now.
Wonderful.
So much. Now, this is one of the nice things about the cruise lines. I think, you know, it's a good way to point out. Cruise lines really do inject a lot of money and investment into the local communities. And on day 4, you're actually going to be going into an elementary school which is sponsored by Viking River Cruises. You're going to be greeted by the children, entertained by the children before returning to the ship. Now, for the next 150 miles, you think of travelling as arduous. You think 150 miles, what, on a bus, on a plane? No, on a river ship. You're going to be seeing the most scenic stretch of the Yangtze River and some of the most spectacular limestone ridges. And then that brings you into day 5, which is the Three Gorges Dam. This is just stunning. I don't know whether, if you've ever, engineering-wise, amazing. But when you get to the gorges, you can see the contrast of modern engineering and then Mother Nature engineering. It's just superb. You're going to be going through the Sealing Gorge, and this is the longest of actually the 3 gorges. Lunchtime, you're going to disembark the actual ship for a tour and go round the Three Gorges Dam itself. So you'll learn about the engineering masterpiece itself, what it actually means to the local community, and the actual river, the Yangtze itself. Then you're going to return back to the ship, go through the 5-stage locks of the Three Gorges Dam through the night over to Bedong. Now, if you've ever done the Suez Canal, or if you've done, I forgot the name of it now, over in South America, the Panama Canal.
Yes.
It is just one of those days that is just amazing.
It is
the commentary they get, this is what you're going to be getting, but in one of the most beautiful parts of China. Day 6, you're going to be actually cruising through breakfast, through the Wu Gorge, which is Witch's Gorge, renowned for its magnificent scenery. Then you're going to be on board a smaller boat to an excursion through the lesser gorges. Now, all this is included. You know, you can't believe how much is there.
Tours you'd normally add on, they're all included in the price.
Now, this is something that I'd never heard about before. I haven't had the chance to actually cruise this part of the world. You'll see the fascinating sight of the hanging coffins of the bar people. And what they did is they actually built the coffins standing up into the actual gorges themselves. Nobody knows why. It's one of those amazing things that you have to see. Then on to day 7, and you're going into SilverSea. Now, this is a 12-storey pavilion. Take a look at this. It's actually, there's no nails in this pavilion itself. It's all wooden structure built into the actual cliff itself, and apparently the further you climb the pavilion, the more likely you are for your wish to come true. So you've got to climb to the top.
Get right to the top of that.
You're going to go, obviously you're going to tour the pavilion and then return on board your ship for lunch, and then enjoy the Yangtze River scenery as you cruise throughout the afternoon and then the evening. Then you're into day 8. Now you're going into Chongqing. Now this is a brief tour of Chongqing in the morning. It's one of the largest cities in Western China and a really important inland port. You're going to go to the Chongqing Zoo to see the giant pandas, which, you know, we were talking about pandas earlier this morning. I don't know if you've seen that video online of the pandas going up and down the slide. If you love wildlife, you'll love this.
Wow.
And let's face it, one of the rarest creatures and endangered creatures.
Amazing.
See it. Then after lunch, you're going to go to a local restaurant, and then you're going to actually fly to Xi'an. And this is where you're going to see the Tang Dynasty and the wonderful terracotta army. This is just superb. Into day 9. And in Xi'an, after breakfast, you'll tour the mausoleum of the emperor, who was laid to rest over 2,000 years ago. Now, when you see these terracotta soldiers and some of the wonderful artefacts, a lot of these have been actually reconstructed. A lot of the actual soldiers themselves were in more than 3,000 pieces. So to actually painstakingly put them back together, it just gives you an idea of 2,000 years ago, the influence that this emperor had. After lunch, you've got a little bit of free time, which is quite nice to explore Xi'an. And then in the evening, you can either choose to dine surrounded by the song and dance of the colourful era, or stay on board the ship. Now, you're into day 10. This is again,
amazing.
It just is so much to do. You're going to fly to Beijing, which is China's imperial capital. You're going to see the rich history of this wonderful port that dates back 3,000 years. You'll check into your hotel here, you'll dine at the hotel, and you'll have free time in the evening. And then day 11, you're going to be going around some of the greatest sights on the face of the planet that can be seen from space. We're talking the Great Wall of China. 4,000 miles of sandstone structure, and you are seeing in this particular part some of the best preserved. So if you've seen some of the films, like the recent Karate Kids, not the original one, but the recent one with Will Smith's son, if you see some of the footage, this is what you're going to be seeing there. You'll have free time there, you'll have lunch, local specialities, you'll visit the Sacred Way, which is a tree-lined avenue guarded by a massive sculpture of elephants and lions, camels, and this is all from the Ming Dynasty as well. Great. All of their tombs, just amazing. Return to the ship for evening meal, and then, return to the hotel for a local restaurant, and then an optional Peking duck dinner, which is obviously the region's famous dish. You know, when you have a Chinese, a takeaway, you haven't had it unless you've actually been to the authentic, real... I mean, you can imagine what it would be like, sitting there. Just pinch yourself when you're there. Then day 12, Beijing, you're going to go to Tiananmen Square. This can hold over 1 million people, of course, massive historical site. You've seen the political and historic influences and, of course, the events. We've all seen the images, but this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Again, you're seeing so much here. Shanghai, Beijing, Tiananmen Square, Great Wall of China, giant pandas. This is a once-in-a-lifetime trip. And then your final day, day 13, you're going to enjoy your breakfast, check out your hotel, and then proceed to the airport. There's still stuff that we've missed out of there, but that gives you some sort of an idea.
We knew we'd struggle to get everything in. This is an incredible, incredible cruise, something so, so special. Look at what you've got included, your free Wi-Fi. Of course, you've got your flights and no supplements if you want to go from regional airports. You've got all those hotel stays as well included. Huge savings, £1,000 off all the brochure prices. So have a look at the prices. Jot down, of course, the ID number 99220. This is something that's so special that you can see is selling out super quickly. So please make sure, if this is the cruise for you, that you do get this booked up. 0800 781 5458. It's an absolute beauty, once in a lifetime. Tick it off the bucket list. Doing so many things on that one cruise. And I mean, this is just some of the highlights. But honestly, we can't really give it justice, can we? Because there is so, so, so much. And if you've never river cruise before. It's something that I know is so popular now, and Viking, one of the best.
Well, and again, can I just point out, for those of you that are real ocean cruising fans, you'll see the price on this river cruise and you go, it's a lot more than I usually see, but you've got to remember what is included.
Well, that's it.
The local restaurants,
that's it, yes. You'd
the
normally
hotel
add on
stays.
your excursions, and then you'd go out to eat and you'd pay for your dinners while you're off the ship.
Yeah.
It is all included, and we're talking things in the morning, in the afternoon and at night. It's amazing. But we do need to move on, sadly. I'd quite happily stay on there, but we do need to go elsewhere because we've got Holland, America coming up next, and this is the Rotterdam. Now, we're going from London to a place I will never bore of sailing out or into, and this is to Venice.
Do you know what? The sail away on the Grand Canal is one of the best. And you can see all the gondolas there. You've got to have a gondola ride. Sing just one cornetto.
Definitely.
You've got to do it.
And we've got a chance because we've got a 2-night stay here in a hotel.
Do you know what? Venice is a fantastic place in the day, even better in the evening. The little bars, the little cafes that you've got, it's brilliant. Get lost in Venice. Everybody gets worried and you go, cracky, or which bridge have I gone over? Just lose yourself. You're actually going to be staying in a little place called Mestre, which is just outside of Venice. Really easy to get into the bus station, which is obviously then your entrance to the island of Venice. But Mestre itself has got a lovely little town square. Of course, remember, for those of you that are really into your maritime history and cruise ships, this is where Fincantieri, which is the manufacturer of a lot of the ships, we actually took the Arcadia, the latest P&O ship, out of Mestre. And a lot of the ships from Cunard and Holland America, the Vista class, they're all built out of Mestre. So really, really nice that you're actually visiting there. But yeah, of course, you'll see St Mark's Square, you'll see Rialto Bridge, got to go over to the islands of Murano, see the glass. And I'd actually say, if you go over there and you think, oh, crikey, the Murano glass is really expensive. You know those boutiques where they don't have the price, and if you have to ask it, you can't afford it? Go to some of the street vendors, because a lot of that is the artisans who are training. So you actually get great quality, but at a more reasonable price.
It's going to be fabulous. We must get on board, though. I know Keith is on board. He's going to talk us around the ship itself.
Having recently completed the latest series of enhancements as part of their £350 million Signature of Excellence programme, Holland America Line's MS Rotterdam is an elegant masterpiece of naval engineering. As the flagship of the fleet, walking around her is an event in itself, with over $2 million worth of art and antiques just begging to be discovered. Whether you choose the class and sophistication of the Explorer's Lounge, or the elegant viticulture of the wine tasting room, or even the panoramic views and late-night club atmosphere of the Crow's Nest, there really is a venue suited just to you. But the most recent addition to Rotterdam is this, the Mix, and it's my absolute favourite. 3 speciality venues: champagne for midday mimosas and bubbles, martinis for Grey Goose cocktails, and spirits and ales for microbrews, single malts, and sports updates. Under the direction of Holland America's award-winning, Michelin-starred Culinary Council, the food on Rotterdam is simply stunning. You can eat at a set time or dine as you please, with restaurants to suit every mood. And here, in the spectacular La Fontaine dining room, they offer 5-course menus, an extensive wine list, and impeccable service. And best of all, there's continental cuisine, low-carb and vegetarian options. I'm a massive fan of Rotterdam's Culinary Arts Centre. It's a state-of-the-art demonstration kitchen offering interactive gourmet cooking lessons taught by master chefs. Then, after dinner, you can take your seat here in this magnificent theatre for some amazing entertainment featuring dynamic concerts, huge musical productions, full of Broadway veterans, and some great guest artists. There's a wealth of spacious staterooms to choose from, ranging from great value insides to sea view rooms, or even suites with private balconies. And all feature pure Egyptian cotton sheets, fluffy bathrobes, salon quality hairdryers, fresh flowers, and of course, your attentive stateroom steward. But my absolute favourite are these brand new lanai staterooms with direct access to the promenade deck. And you even get your own sun lounger. Brilliant.
How fabulous. So we've got 2 nights stay in a hotel in Venice, then we get on board, and then we have got 14 nights on board. Day at sea, but where are we heading to?
Dubrovnik, one of the greatest ports of the Adriatic. Of course, you'll see wonderful history. It's a walled city. It's all pedestrianised, no coaches or no buses. They'll drop you off outside of the city limits, and then you walk around. You can walk around the wall as well if you're a little bit active. Some great little cafes and bars here, and a great candle shop. You've got to mention the candle shop as well. You'll actually see some of the remnants of the war, but it's wonderful how they've actually restored it so tastefully. And again, you know, they do embrace their history, which is great. But it's just one of those beautiful ports there. It really is as good as the pictures describe.
I mean, it looks amazing. My nephew cruised around this area, absolutely loved it. Where are we moving on to?
We're actually going into a port, never actually sailed here before. This is new on the cruise itinerary. This is Albania.
Oh, right.
And this is a really, really fast developing port. You've got great Greek history here and Venetian history, as you can imagine. So you've got the Venetian tower, you've got the medieval wall, you've got puppet theatres, lots of culture here. So just go and explore it.
And something different, which is brilliant. And then we're moving on to...
Oh, one of the greatest Greek islands. I love this. Kefalonia. I always remember going on there the first time, really, really early in the morning, lovely heat, fantastic island. Go to the gorges and go to the caves. There's some fantastic stalagmites, and the images don't do this justice.
No.
If you know Kefalonia, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's the Dugurati Cave, I think I've pronounced that correctly, which is just gorgeous. You've got Lake Melusini as well. It is beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Then we're moving on to Olympia.
Yeah, this is historic port. Of course, this is where the origins of the Olympic Games. You'll actually see the marble starting blocks here.
Oh, right.
So this is where it all emerged all those thousands of years ago. A real archaeological site. Of course, you've got the Temple of Zeus, the golden ivory statue of Zeus, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and that was where it was actually housed inside the stadium. Then we're on to Heraklion, which is Crete, after a relaxing day at sea. Crete's a fantastic place. Again, lots to do there. I'd say enjoy some of the beaches on Crete, and then you're into Santorini. This is the one to save your nice linen outfit for, because this is a little bit more upmarket. Santorini, look at that.
It's film-like, isn't it? Mamma Mia, it's just amazing.
Just go to a taverna and just fall in love with a Greek.
And you will. Islands I adore.
Boutiques here are really, really good as well.
Look at you with your frocks.
And
where are we moving on to?
Mytilene, which is Lesbos. Now this is, again, a beautiful island. You've got over 10 million olive trees on this island, so obviously rich production here. You've got rugged hills, the medieval castles there, and it's just one of the best places for one of my favourite pastimes, which is Greek ouzo.
Yes.
Have too much of it and ouzo, yeah, exactly. But this is one of the best places to take back a trinket, so grab a little bottle of ouzo to bring back.
Now we're moving on to Istanbul. We get to overnight here, and my partner, like yourself, has been on board ships for many years. One of his favourite places, Istanbul.
Yeah, you cruise in on the Bosphorus and you can see the Hagia Sophia there. Of course, you've got the wonderful Grand Bazaar, thousands of stalls there. One of the things to note on the cruising as well is you'll see the actual barracks where Florence Nightingale actually attended to the soldiers, so the actual real history. You think of a story, no, real history there, and again the scene of many a Bond film. You perhaps might recognise that lighthouse there.
Oh, amazing! That looks incredible and looks amazing at night. So please, we overnight there. Then what are we doing?
Cruising the Dardanelles. Now this is a fantastic opportunity to have a day at sea, very much like when you cruise on some of the fjords, but Mediterranean.
Oh, right.
Just a great day at sea. Then you're going to be going into Mykonos, and I love Mykonos. Again, can you see the windmills down there?
Yes.
There you go. You might see.
And look at the colours.
I'm all about films today for some reason.
You are. You're filmed out.
The Bourne Identity was filmed at the end here with the windmills. It's very much a party island actually. By night,
you can do your own films and take your own photos and send them in to us.
Yeah.
And of course we have got a fabulous cruise there, going back to Athens and then sadly having to return home. Have a look at what is included, because you have got such an incredible deal with your hotel stays as well. And always check out those regional flights. If they are available, they will be able to sort them out for you. But we do need to move on. And I'm stuttering because the last one is, I fell in love with this last week.
Yeah.
Now, this is possibly going to be the last sort of times that you will see this. It's been so popular. Celebrity cruises, so we're talking 5 stars, so we know absolute
modern luxury.
Modern luxury. You are going to love it on board, and I believe we're going to go on board. We've got to stay here. Keith's on board.
He gets all the good jobs, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Let's have a look around.
With exceptional levels of service, 1 crew member for every 2 guests, well-designed and easy-to-navigate ships, and a decor that is both sophisticated and contemporary, this is a cruise line which offers a real sense of modern luxury.
Life on board a celebrity cruise ship is an opportunity for you to enjoy your cruise just how you like it. From relaxing by the pool with a good book to a whole host of exhilarating and unique experiences, the choice literally is yours. There's cooking competitions, mixology classes, dance and language classes, informative lectures, and behind-the-scenes access to the inner workings of a modern-day cruise ship. And that is just the tip of the iceberg.
You can top up your tan by enjoying a margarita by the pool, or use your Sea Pass card and help yourself to another glass of vino in the award-winning Cellar Masters. But my absolute favourite has to be here. It's the world's first ever world-class bar, where tasting the work of these wonderful mixologists will introduce you to the latest trends in cocktail creation. It will literally knock your socks off. Celebrity Cruises have always pushed the boat out when it comes to dining, not just in the sheer choice, but also the quality and taste of the food they offer. You can experience savour menus pairing classic and contemporary selections with casual alfresco dining to this stunning main dining room with the amazing wine tower that holds nearly 3,000 bottles of wine. When the sun sets, Celebrity Cruises ships come alive with a dazzling selection of bars, lounges and nightclubs. Keep an eye out though for the interactive themed parties. You might even find dancers in these exquisite costumes suddenly appear out of nowhere to entertain you. There's West End style theatre shows, there's circus shows, comedy, magic, music. On Celebrity Cruise, luxury comes as standard. There are 6 different varieties to choose from, and over 85% have a private balcony, from comfortable inside staterooms to these gorgeous suites which feature floor-to-ceiling windows, panoramic balconies, and your very own private butler. Trust me, once you've unpacked, you won't ever want to leave.
Amazing value. It's a balcony. You're flying from Manchester, which is the most popular airport, so you do need to get this booked up if that's the airport.
There's no extra supplement for Manchester. That's the great thing.
Brilliant.
It's all based on Manchester flights.
Fabulous. And we're flying out to Miami.
Yeah, you're going to go to Miami. Fantastic place to start. Go to South Beach, go to Venice Beach. If you want to go to the Everglades as well, great shopping. Handy tip. Take an empty suitcase, shop to your drop. Then you're going to go from Miami to a relaxing day at sea and into Cozumel, Mexico. This is the party island. You can swim with your dolphins here. You can hire one of the little buggies, go around the island. And fantastic for silver as well, if you like your jewellery. From Cozumel, we're into Grand Cayman, and this is Stingray City. You've got to go and do a tour here. There's also a fantastic Hard Rock Cafe if you like collecting your glasses and memorabilia. Also, submarine tours here are fantastic. One of the best places to swim out from the shore, because all the hotels are on just miles and miles of sandy beach. Then you're into the heart of the Caribbean, which is Jamaica, Montego Bay. You can just hear the Bob Marley playing in the background. Do the Bob Marley tour, do the Dun Rivers tour, and you'll absolutely love the flavour of Jamaica. Then you're going to be having another relaxing day at sea before the Bahamas. And the Bahamas, this is just chill out central. I know, it seems strange that we're talking about a nice relaxing holiday at such speed. That lounge has got my name on it.
Oh, I'm right next to you. Look at the colours there, incredible.
From Bahamas, you're actually going to be going back into Miami again. And like I said, just shop to your drop with Miami. If you get a chance to go into Miami, you really will enjoy some of the sights and sounds.
This is one of the most amazing cruises. We're whipping through it because I want to get this one booked and I don't want you to book it before me.
No, can I just say, book it while there's still space, because this is the reason it's back this week.
I think these will be the last chances, and it's been so popular. You actually get a stay in Miami in a hotel one night at the start, and you've got a one-night stay at the end of the holiday.
Exactly, and for those of you up north, Manchester flights, fantastic.
So much included, amazing value, 10 nights for under £1,000. You've got an incredible deal, beautiful ship, 5-star luxury. 78916 is your ID number. Remember, you have, of course, got that free upgrade, so rather you're paying for an interior, you're getting a balcony. It is an incredible, incredible product, and so many want to fly from Manchester. So, my word, it is, what an hour that has been.
I know.
Sorry, you were super fast and then I really went on then, didn't I?
Well, do you know what, there's so much
I noticed you saw one laugh. Bit rude, isn't it? Who does he think he is? But let's have a little recap, because we really have had a fabulous, fabulous hour, starting off at the very beginning, Carnival Cruise Line. Luke has bought us Carnival Vista, and this Vista is amazing because it's brand new. It's the maiden actual season. 10 nights. It's really port-rich. 9 different ports: Italy, Greece, from Barcelona, which you can add on a stay if you want to with Planet Cruise. You're overnighting in Athens, and what a deal! Under £73 per person per night. Deposit only is all you need, and there's some really good upgrades as well. And first time in the Mediterranean for 2 years. So 936 948 is your ID number there. Moving on, 6-star SilverSea cruises on Silver Whisper, 11 nights Barbados. You've got the stay all inclusive on board as well. You've got a 3-night stay in a 4-star hotel to start off with. That's bed and breakfast. They're Virgin flights. You've got an exclusive to us and $400 onboard spend as well. All airports, check them all. Amazing value, but we have got limited availability. I've just noticed that's November, my birthday month, and the ID number is 94218. I want to do that one. We've got another one for you here, Norwegian Cruise Lines. This is on board the Epic, 10 nights. Great dates over the winter sun, Canaries, Morocco, from Barcelona. Under £60 per person per night, and if you're going for a balcony or above, you get free all-inclusive drinks. If you're going for an inside, you get your soft drinks, deposit only, and again, do check all those local airports. Winter sunshine. The ID number is 85932. Now, Viking River Cruises, haven't we got something for everybody? Viking Emerald, you've got hotel stays included in this. You've got free airport parking for 2 weeks. You've got massive savings of £1,000 off the brochure price. Deposit only. Virtually everything is included. So many different tours. You're actually going to the Wall of China as well. All airports, no regional charges. Wi-Fi throughout the ship too. It's an amazing, incredible deal. That actually runs out though on the 31st of July. You do need to get that deal to get that booked up now. And your second to last is Holland American. Now this is the Rotterdam, 16 nights. Core for this price is amazing. You've got so much included, under £57 per person per night. Amazing value. You've got a 2-night stay as well in a 4-star hotel in Venice. So that's to start the holiday. Check all your regional airports and your overnight in Istanbul as well. 103375. And one more for you. We just saw it. Top agents for Celebrity Cruises, 5-star. It's a balcony. You've got 10 nights. It's an incredible price for some beautiful places in the Caribbean. You're going from Miami. You've got stays in Miami I should say, at the beginning and the end of the holiday. Deposit only. Amazing value for money. You're flying from Manchester, which is your absolute favourite. Check all your airports, and itineraries you will find may differ from different departures, but all I put was wow, I really want this one. It's 78916, which is your ID number. Check out the website, all the www.planetcruise.co.uk. Jump onto the phones, 0800 781 5458. You've got all the cruises available there for you on the internet, but I would say, because they are so knowledgeable on the phones, to jump onto the phones, ask them about staying perhaps in Barcelona, ask them about doing excursions. Now they've said I've got to give you the last word.
The last word? How can I get that in? All I'd say, special occasion, go for SilverSea. Party, go for Carnival.
You really have got something for absolutely everyone. Justine, it's been a pleasure as always.
You too.
Great to have your company.